here for Rijo. As this one's destroyed. That is long gone. Tyler Duncan not even going to have a look at that. That's a home run for Ryan Rijo.
That one's going straight to unicorn land in a hurry.
Yeah, Rio's 7th home run of the season, 31st RBI. He's having quite the year.
He is. He got hot just at the right time. It was like I mentioned on the broadcast that one Sunday afternoon, just like he was just missing on those pitches, and then, well, he didn't miss it all there. That's for sure.
I think we can't help but take partial credit for that home run after saying that he was 0 for 3 coming into there.
We did it.
Went down to, you guys went to Hamilton, and it was just like, I think I mentioned a couple of times in the broadcast, he just seems like he's just missing it. And then you put that moonshot out to right field in the 9th inning. I was just like, I'm going to shut up now. Because it was just like, okay, that one's gone. And it was everything. It was hilarious to see that happen. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, I swear you guys hear us from down on the field or something sometimes too. And it's just like, yeah, I'll show that guy.
Oh, it's funny. In Hamilton, there's always one guy who always chirps me. He's calling me like Kirky, let's go Kirky.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. It's always a good time being on the road now, especially. I think fans have a love-hate relationship with me.
I don't think it's a hate relationship. I think it's, I wish you were playing for us, but we respect you, but I'm going to, politely chirp you the best I can because you're playing for somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's too funny. Are we recording right now?
Yeah, we're recording. We're good.
Okay, fun. Yeah, because I was going to say, I think the Welland, I wanted to make sure this part was recorded. No, the Welland fans, they hate me.
Yeah.
They hate me.
Yeah.
They hate me. I know that, but no, it's always a good time. I mean, at the end of the day, like during the game, I always make time after the game, go talk to any of the kids that come up.
Exactly. You have to.
It's always good banter, except, like I said, Welland, no, they hate me. I think it's because that one home run, I think it was a grand slam off loss in the center. And it was a couple weeks after Father's Day, and they were going at me all day. And I had enough. And after I hit home plate, I said, Father's Day was 2 weeks ago, and I didn't get my card in the mail.
Oh, jeez. That would do it. That would do it. Ow.
Yeah, but it's all in good fun. Fun.
No, so your first year in the league was 2017. So you got to be part of the, I guess, I don't want to... Is dynasty really the right word we want to use in this day and age? Or just, when things clean to click with that Barrie Baycats and everything is, and then you got drafted in 2018, 37th round. Apparently you were playing video games when your name got called.
Yeah. My agent told me to shut my phone off because, originally, we thought I was going in a higher round. Where we had it was 10 to 12. That was where we were looking, and it was looking that way. And then word got to them that I decommitted from the school I was supposed to go to, right? So my draft stock kind of got hit there, and I was down. I was like, I can't sit around and watch round after round. So my agent was like, turn off your phone. They all have your home phone. If they're gonna call you, they'll call your home. Yeah. So I was literally just playing video games with my buddy Cooper. And then my mom came, the phone. So I answered it, and then, they're like, you're going to be a Philadelphia Philly.
Awesome. I think he went to school. Was Nick Pavetta at school, or was he working out with you guys? I guess he was drafted, 2013?
Yeah, so he was there a lot earlier than me, but we both went to NMJC. I never met him until they flew me out to Philly.
Okay.
So that's when I met Pavetta. And funny enough, my fiance, Jenna, her cousin's married to him or his brother, one or the other. So it's kind of funny that the full circle. So my fiance's cousin is married to his brother. I think that's it. So it's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon that works in which way you want to look at it, anyways. But it's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
So you were all part of that dynasty. You got to look at you coming up through the system and everything else. You saw the Baycats at their highest and everything else. Then the pandemic hit. And things didn't go so well the year back, but then you guys are starting to put the pieces back together. You got to the finals last year after knocking off Kitchener in round 2 in a really convincing fashion. But I go back literally the night before the Kitchener the Hamilton series when you guys put up a 7 spot in the top of the inning, and the Cardinals come back with 7 in the bottom of the inning. I was just like, probably the weirdest game I've ever been involved in. But it was just 2 teams going at it, and they're just throwing everything they had out there as far as that goes. And it was just
they were scrappy, Hamilton, and they're young just like us, right? So it's fun when you can pit two teams against each other like that in a playoff environment, especially when they're young and full of talent. I just think at the end of the day, we had the pitching. Like we had Frank Garces. There you go. I'll say it. We had Frank Garces. They didn't.
They had Garces. They didn't quite have that guy. But no, they had guys, and they had a lot of injuries, and they had guys going back to school. Yeah. It's hard, especially when it comes to playoffs in the IBL down in September. So you lose half your roster, either to school or whatever other commitments, and it's just like, okay, now you got to go with what the guys you got there. And I think a lot of teams are realizing, okay, maybe we can't lean as heavily on college guys now because they're going back to school.
Yeah.
As far as that,
like I was lucky enough, like when I first started in college, that like my freshman year, so 2017, I missed I missed the second. Like I was there for the first round, missed the second and the finals. And then because I went and had a good year at NMJC, I told my coach, I'm like, hey, like we just inter squad in the fall. Like,
it's okay.
Can I stay? He's like, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. So I stayed. I was there for 2018, and then 2019 I was there the whole time too. So realistically, which one I missed the bat flip year, which was 2017 with Starling, right?
Yeah, that was the bat flip that still heard around the word. People mention that in Kitchener, they still talk about it, and I think that clip comes up on my YouTube feed pretty often too. It's just like, why does it keep coming up? This is like so old now. Like we need a new bat flip or something in this league. Something to change that.
Well, I remember when it made SportsCenter and I was down there, and like all the Texas guys and New Mexico and everyone from the States, they saw it and they're like, that's the league you were playing in the summer? I'm like, yeah. And it was a little proud moment. I'm like, yeah. And then a lot of them, so that's where like Avery saw it, Avery Tuck.
Yep.
And I kind of put it in his year, and then he ended up coming playing for us for 2 seasons.
Yep. Well, that's good though. So now that you've gone from being the rookie to the more established guy, now you're probably one of the veterans in the clubhouse. You see these young kids coming through. That kind of sounds weird. You're only 26, so it still sounds like 26. You're now an aging veteran. Here you go. You qualify for Social Security next year. There you go.
Yeah.
Or the IBL League package, or whatever you want to call it, the retirement package, whatever you want to call it.
Does that come with a golf membership?
I don't know. We'll have to find out about this. If that does, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it should, though. Maybe it should.
Yeah, we should work that in. I'll talk to Matt, though.
Yeah. You're probably going to see this and just go, what the heck were you guys talking about? Like, yeah. No, but it's just, so now, is there a different mindset with this Baycats team compared to when you guys, when you're going through, do you see the same similarities now, or is it just, it's a different group, different guys, and different guys taking different roles on now?
Different league.
Yeah, well, no question.
Different league. But I will say we have a tight-knit group like they did back then. Like, I mean, I always felt a part of things when I was younger.
Yep.
But it's like where we're at now, it's kind of like the same kind of bond that they had, like that core.
Yeah.
And I can see it coming through now, and it's nice. And, we have the young guys come in. Like Evan Souls, and now he's over in Australia doing great things. I always had the support from the old group, but you can tell like it was an older mentality of baseball. Yep. Like all of them, they were my coach too. Like in high school with OBJ, right? So it was always tough to split the two from them seeing me as like a player. that played for them.
Yep.
Now I'm their teammate.
Yeah, so it was hard.
But after I got drafted and all that, I felt the switch happen, and I'm more a part of things. And they're like, okay, he's just gonna stick around. He's not just a flash in the pan, here and gone. Yeah. Because then they could tell that I really care, and I still love Barrie. I'm from here. I love this. I love the city.
Yep.
I love the Baycats and everything that we're doing, and different coach too. Angus, very reserved.
Yep.
And he just let us do our thing. Matlow, different type of coach, right? So I think his coaching style works well with who we got and what we're doing. Where, if we had like an Angus who's quiet and like young core that still needs a little kick in the butt once in a while, like a little fire lit under them, right? Where the older guys, myself, Hilly, Carson Burns, who've been here, Adam Ott, who's been around this league forever, with the Roy Sandos, Owen Jansen's, we've been around it, so we don't need, but some of the younger guys need that fire under the bum, and so I feel like that's where Matlow really succeeds with the younger guys, keeping that light at the end of the tunnel, like, hey, we're not done, let's go, and encouraging us if we need to, that game in Hamilton, game 3, it was at our barn.
Yep.
And I felt like we should have went in there up 2-0, but Corbin Peters, he had a gem game too, right?
Yeah, he did. He absolutely threw it down.
I went into that locker room and I threw our cooler, got ice over everyone. I was like, let's go like this. They're on our way. Get them out of the way right now. Mm-hmm. Mind you, I might have went overboard, but I think it gave us the kick in the butt to get going. And I think Solzy's cleats are still wet from that. It's good. I really love what we're doing here. And you can tell other people want to be here too now, right?
Yeah, well, exactly.
That's always a good sign.
Exactly. Yeah, you just go back to the dressing room and everything else. I'm glad you mentioned Adam Ott. I'm just so what did he, I know he was, as far as the conversations him and Matlow had prior to the last season and everything else, he was very close to, I don't want to say hanging him up, but he was looking at doing other things rather than being a part of it. And I guess Matlow and him had a conversation, and it's like, no, man, I need you to be a big part of this thing. And then lo and behold, last year, the guy had an absolute breakout season pretty much the whole time through the whole year and everything else. And he just, he turned some heads and finally got some recognition there too.
Yeah, it's funny. I grew up in OBJ watching him being the older guy.
Yep.
When I was 15, 16, he was the 17, 18 U. Mm-hmm. I always looked up to him. I'm like, oh, this guy's good. This guy's great. And then playing against him, and I think he finally had his breakout year because he finally is allowed to be Adam.
Yeah.
He can go out and be himself out there. And I really saw that last year and glimpses of it the year before too, in playoffs and all that. And towards the end of the year, I think he's finally just having fun and with us. That's the thing. He's going to be one of my groomsmen at my wedding, right?
That's
awesome.
We
really connected last year on our Dominican trip. We were roommates. And he was like, thank God I brought my sleep app machine. He was like, dude, if you didn't bring that, I would have strained in the sleep. But, as a
CPAP sufferer, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
And we were going again this year, so he's like, you better bring that thing, or I'm getting my own room. I'm like, don't worry, I won't forget.
Yeah.
But we go like I said, it's the stuff off the field that brings us closer, and now he just lives down the road too. He's just in Alliston there, so I see him quite often. And
nice.
All the boys, we try to get together at least outside of the baseball year, at least once a month if we can, if not more.
Yep.
We always see each other Saturday nights at practice. So I think he might have been suffering from the same kind of thing I was when I was younger. With the older guys, pressure's on you, you're the young guy.
Yeah.
But now it's when there's nothing on your back, pressure.
You just go out there and play baseball.
They say pressure makes diamonds, but not all the time. Sometimes you just gotta let someone be themselves. And I'm glad he came into his own because he's one hell of a ball player.
Well, I just remember when he was with Toronto. I remember when he was with Burlington, and as far as that's going, this guy can play. There's no question. He even shows spurts of it, and it's just man, if he ever puts it together, he's going to turn some heads. And then, lo and behold, last year it was just okay, yeah, there he goes. There's the guy I was expecting to see. And
it's fun. Yeah, sometimes it just takes that group, that group of guys, and it's fun. I always say, when it's done being fun, I'm done.
Wow.
And it hasn't stopped being fun. I love it. It's too much fun to be had still.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love every second of this ride with our new regime, as Matlow calls it.
The new regime. Yeah, we're gonna have to go above average. We're gonna have to go above average Joes in the shirts this year or something. I don't know.
No, we got Lazar.
Yeah, I know you got Lazar. I actually had him on the show last week, so I haven't posted it yet. But it's just we talked about that. And it was just man, you really shot yourself in the foot, didn't you? Are you eating so much crow pie? Are you eating crow now? Humble pie? What flavor of pie is it?
He's a good guy. He's a good addition. He's a great addition, and I think he's going to be, a good spot starter and a bullpen guy too, right? So
exactly.
He can do both, and And if he comes back from this injury, like most people come back, they're throwing better than they were. I think he's been putting the work in. So I'm excited to see him get going too.
Well, exactly. And it's just like apparently he played the year before with that injury. Like he was just trying to gut his way through it. I'm just like, oh man, I would have been like, my arm would have fallen off at some point, but still he gutted his way through it.
Yeah, that's why I DH now.
Yeah. All right. So speaking about, let's go into your baseball mindset now. You're coming to the box. Yeah. What's in your head?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I swear. I get up there. So I used to work with Doug McKean. I don't know if you've heard of him. Mm-hmm. He's worked with a lot of college guys, pro guys. So outside of the box, that's where I come up with my game plan. And usually my game plan, I just think home run to center.
Yep.
Obviously, game dependent. If it's a playoff game, the guy on third, we've got to get him in. It's just put something hard and play on the right side. But for the most part, when I'm outside the box, I just tell myself home run to center because it just gets me on plane and keeps me in the right direction where I need to go.
Yep.
And then when I get in the box, all I'm thinking to myself is yes, yes, yes. If it's a strike, or yes, yes, no. I'm always thinking fastball, and I'm adjusting to off speed because at the end of the day, it's easier to adjust to something slower than try to catch up to something fast. Especially now the guys are throwing harder. You see every team in this league got some of the fireballer throwing over 90, if not 2 or 3 guys. So you got to be ready for that. And I've stuck with that since my draft year, and that's the approach that I went in with, and I'm still sticking to it.
Do you watch a lot of game films? Do you keep a lot of notes on certain guys, especially for certain pitchers that you're gonna if it's a playoff series? Obviously, you're gonna see probably their A game. You're gonna see the Peters. You're gonna see the Mendezes of the world and everything else. He's back this year too. And I'm just like, oh man, it's gonna wreak havoc on so many people.
That's funny. I don't want to reveal too much about Mendez, but I think we got him now because we put some balls hard in play against him in the playoffs. They may not have fallen, but towards the end of the year, we got to him pretty good. But for them, we have a guy, like a stat guy, that keeps all of our stats, and he tracks everything, every pitcher, what everyone throws at me. So, against Hamilton, game 1 when Colby ringed through, I knew all he throws me is curveballs.
Yep.
Right. So that's what I was sitting. Right, and then I showed him that I could hit it, and then my third at bat, I was like, oh, here comes the fastball, right? And I knew. So it's we're blessed to have that because we didn't have that when I was 18, 19,
no,
20.
Exactly. No.
And he literally tracks every pitch. He'll tell my hot spots, my cold spots.
Yeah, except the 2 games I did up in Barrie, I saw those guys sitting in front of the broadcast booth, and they're just tracking everything. I was just like,
it's crazy. I'm like, what is this? I think I'm a pretty techie guy. I work from home. I'm in the insurance business, right? So I got to be well versed in spreadsheets, everything. But like this, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like,
yep.
So it's cool. It's good to have that. I try not to think too much into it.
Yep.
I'll glance at it, off the field, on the way to the game. But once we get to the field, it's game on. Sticking to my approach. It's in the back of my head somewhere because I read it, but I'm not trying to think too much into it because when you're thinking, it's that's why people get in the slumps. Because if you think too much, there's a lot of dark moments.
Yeah. You look at Bull Durham, even in that movie back for them. You see Kevin Costner's inner monologue the whole time he's up there. Okay, meat, stop thinking this, but stop thinking. Just hit the baseball. Yeah. And
true.
And I was just like, I don't know. I thought more people would play you as a pull hitter just because of how you set up on the box and everything else. But then last year in the playoffs against Hamilton, you went out there with that, and I think it was the 8th inning. You hit that double to left, and I was just like, son of a gun, I can put it in every field.
That's one thing I've always took pride in is being able to go up and have pop to the left center field, And that's why even the old guys, back when we had the 6 in a row.
Yep.
If you look, a lot of my hits back then, everything was left center doubles.
Yep.
And then now, I don't know, somehow when you turn 25, you get some kind of man strength. I don't know what it is. I feel stronger. I feel better.
Yep.
I might not look better, but at least I feel better and stronger.
Well, I think it's just it's the college body is kind of left now, and it's kind of okay. I'm growing into the adulthood body now. It's like okay now I'm going to start to use the more of the field.
Yeah, realistically, like I never really used to pull the ball, and then now Matt Lowe's encouraged me to do it a lot more because I always thought like in college I'd get away with you have metal bats, so you could get away with hitting something to left center that might get out, but now it's wood, and you gotta you're facing better pitching, like you gotta be confident to be able to pull the ball too. So I'm glad I have that in my arsenal now. But for the most part, like with 2 strikes and stuff, I try to think left center, react in, and other than that, I'm always thinking dead red heater over the center field wall.
Yep. Well, that's a good approach as far as especially in this league where it's more of a hitters league than it is a pitchers league, and I never understood why it's like that. But I guess it's just if you're a good pitcher, you're not going to spend a lot of time down in this league.
Yeah, unless you're Frank Garces.
Frank's the exception to the rules.
Oh man, I'm so glad he's back.
Yep.
And I know everyone else isn't.
It's like, oh man, he's back. No, can't he just stay home? Like, come on, like, can't somebody else pick him up for a while?
And now we have a couple additions this year. Oh man, I can't wait to see these 2 Dominicans that are coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna be
Cruzado, and then that's a big pickup for us. Like, we finally got a flamethrower. We got a flamethrower.
Well, chances are I'm going to see it pretty often because I'm doing a lot of ball games this summer. So it's just like I'm definitely going to see a lot of them. So now, okay, so now you growing up as far as everything else. I know you mentioned I think Ryan Howard was one of your big heroes. Everything else. Yeah. Who in the current major leagues do you look at and go, wow, this guy's legit as far as like, okay, this is something I can pick up some things as far as when you're watching their bats?
So right now, I mean, even when like in college and stuff, I always loved Bryce Harper too.
Yep.
Go figure, another Philly.
Yep.
I always loved Bryce Harper. I've always been a big fan of him and his swing. I swear my grandpa used to just watch YouTube clips of him and just make me just watch him.
Yeah.
Watch slow motion Bryce Harper. I love him and his approach. And I'd say as well right now, trying to think. Probably like I'm also a big fan of Mike Trout, and I like Altuve's swing. A lot of it is similar. Like I know he's small, but if you watch my swing, the whole scissor, and so with your back leg, so the whole squishing the bug stuff's out the window now, and the whole scissor thing has been in for quite a while, and all those guys are doing it. Vladdy's doing it. All the elite hitters. So I'd say those 3: Harper, Trout, and Altuve.
Mm-hmm.
Similar body types too.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Well, exactly. I wasn't going there. No, but as far as that goes, and then just what's the best piece of advice anybody ever gave you, as far as a baseball mentality, baseball skills, tips, whatever? What's the best piece of advice somebody gave you?
Well, something I always tell all the kids I train to right here in Barrie Minor. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you go 0 for 5 or 5 for 5. You're still going to wake up tomorrow. You're going to have a new day and another chance at it because at the end of the day, you're more than just a baseball player, right? Like, you got to keep that in mind because if you're just so caught up in the stats and like this, it's just going to drive you mental. At the end of the day, like, I may have gotten drafted, did all that, and it didn't work out, but I'm still here. Still get to do what I love, share what I love, and, it's never been better. So there's always something there. Like, you can't just be defined as a baseball player. You got to define yourself as who you are.
Yep. That is awesome. Okay, we're going to go a couple of rapid fires things. What's the first thing you put in your ball bag every day, wherever you're going to a game?
My cleats. I'm always rotating cleats.
Yep. Favorite pregame meal?
Fried chicken. Fuels home runs. Popeyes.
Popeyes. Not endorsed by Popeyes yet. Just yet. You never know.
Yeah.
Favorite sports drink? Gatorade, Powerade. What do you usually have? What do you have before game time? What are you drinking on the bench? Is it water? Is it Powerade? What is it?
I can't tell you what I'm drinking on the bench. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
BioSteel.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, what don't I know is going on down there now? Jeez.
Miller Lite. No.
So
low in carbs.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to propose? Did you have it pre-planned out? Because I know you proposed. You took a night off of baseball to go propose, so we razzed you a little bit.
It was raining. It was raining. I thought the game was gonna get banged, to be honest. But no. I started planning it. I bought the ring. I knew I was going to. I just had to save up for the ring. That's the thing. You know, I just started my big boy job. I'm like, oh, we just moved out. Got to pay rent, all this. So like, I was like piecing it together.
Yep.
And then I bought the ring in March last year. And then honestly, on a whim, I'm like, I don't want to just sit here waiting on it. Like, we're trying to buy a house. I love this girl. So I was like, you know what? I put that plan together probably about a month prior. Yep. And then I was like, I want to do it somewhere. Like, selfishly, I did it at a baseball field. And I'm glad that she always gives me heck. She's like, we're always at the baseball field. And I'm like, she was like, no, she loved it. And we got one of my good friends, Brandon, he's a photographer. So he came and got some excellent shots. And then we went and did a couple photos in the forest there that day. And Matlow recorded, had it all set up for me. Thank God for him. He set it up. But I tried to do something similar to the first time we went away, like kind of like on our own, had a date. I bought she loves vanilla dip donuts.
Nice.
That's her vice. So when we first went out on a date here during COVID, couldn't go anywhere, but hotels had just opened up. So I booked the hotel in Barrie. I was like, you know what, whatever.
Yep.
I was like, screw it. So laid out a bunch of. She hates roses, so she's not basic. So
she's not basic.
She likes tulips.
Like tulips, so nice.
I laid tulips in the hotel and donuts. That's what she. So I did that for her then, and so kind of brought it full circle back when I proposed to her. I got a dozen vanilla dip donuts, had it there, and the flowers, and I was so nervous and like, this is gonna haunt me forever. I was on one knee talking to her. And then I forgot to take her blindfold off.
Oops.
So she didn't know what was going on. I'm like, take your blindfold off. And then she saw it and she got all teary-eyed.
Yeah, of course.
But
that is awesome, though.
Because I knew we were going to get the photos done.
Yeah.
So I wanted to dress nice and look nice without being suspicious. So I told her I was up for, we had a luncheon at work. Because I work at, I lied to her. I was like, yeah, we got a big luncheon. I'm going to get a promotion at work, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, you got to wear a dress. You got to wear a suit. And so I drove around for 45 minutes.
Yep.
And then I told her, I was like, actually, that was a lie. Like, I got a surprise date for us. So I was like, put your blindfold. I drove around. I went all the way to I went through Angus up to Saga Beach, back around. And then, you know what she tells me? I wish she never told me, but she was like, as soon as we hit that speed bump, I knew where we were. I'm like,
the speed bump heard around the world there.
Yeah.
She'll be driving your kids past it every time. This is where I knew where your dad was going to propose. He went over this exact bump.
Yeah. Looking back, I'm like, I wish I would have parked it and made her walk all the way. Like, I was like, but it was warm out. I'm like wearing a suit. I'm like, I don't want to be sweaty. So
exactly.
I'm going to drive. But the bump got me. I'm like, dang it, man.
Nice. Yeah. That is awesome. So you're closing in on 200 RBIs. Well, I think the last time I looked, you're 21 away or something like that. As far as
am I?
Yeah. Sorry. No pressure. No pressure. But what are some of your goals still as your playing days? I don't want to say wind up because you're only 26. You're gonna play till like you're 35. Come on. You're the next Damon Topley. Come on.
Yeah. Next Brad Greaveson.
Yeah. Brad's a good guy.
I love Brad. Crindy's one of the best.
Yeah.
Some goals for me. I want another ring, man. I need one. I need one where it's this group in particular. It's so special, especially with Kanice now coming in. He loves it. Like, he's coming back. Like, I thought we were gonna lose him, but he loved it so much. He's coming back, and it'd be so special to win one with Audie and Royce Ando, all the guys that I played OPJ with. Like, that would just be the icing on top. But individually, I'd love to. I want to crack that IBL top 100.
Yep.
Like, remember that list they did, or whatever it was. I want to crack that and see how far up. Like, I don't know. Selfishly, that'd be nice. I'd like to. I don't know. I don't really look at records in Barrie or anything, but.
No.
I'd love to, I don't know, at least have a sniff at the RBIs. Maybe maybe the home runs in Barrie. I don't know what they are, but that's something individually I'd like to get to, and I think I got enough time to have a crack at it. Spatty stolen base record, I'm coming for it too, don't you worry.
I could just see you stealing a base and pointing up at the press box. I told you getting one.
Wait, you wait in Hamilton? Where were we? We're in Barrie and Hamilton. I stole second.
Yeah.
And the catcher didn't even come up throwing because he was so shocked.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I was just like,
It was in Hamilton. Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, okay, he just stole second base. Okay, Vladdy. I think I said it off to you. I muffled the mic. Okay, Vladdy.
But yeah, like individually, that's something I'd like to do. But at the end of the day, I want another championship, and like I don't know if it's realistic or not, but it'd be nice to, like you said at the beginning, to tie it all. It's the dynasty. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Get another dynasty going. Why not?
Well, the Barrie Baycats team last year reminded me so much of the 2005 team, the first year that Barrie broke through. They knocked off the two-time defending champions Royals. They came into Guelph and just they were the new kids on the block. They were the young guys. The Royals were the seasoned veterans, and they took them apart. Spataro went out of his mind that series. I can't remember who else was in that group, but it was just I remember Spataro just absolutely destroying the Guelph Royals that summer.
Yeah, Matlow and Brad were there too.
Yeah,
and Bissell and
Bissell was there, and I think he won Game 3 in Guelph or something. I remember that game. It was just and Spataro made a crazy catch in right field. It was just like I don't know how he got the ball.
I remember when they won. I was 8 years old.
Yep.
I was 8. I would have been 8. 7 or 8 years old. Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. I think that was the first season I ever went to go watch the Baycats. I was like 7 or 8, and I remember those summers. That was fun.
Yep. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out and doing this, man. I really do appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the field, and we'll chat before games as much as possible. Try not to get you off your routine or anything, but we'll definitely pop down and say hi.
If you saw my pregame routine, man, you'd laugh. I'm out talking to fans. I know. Try to relax.
Well, even the Barrie game, you came up to the press box and yelled at somebody, "Hey, we play some unicorn songs or something." I was just like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I started that. They didn't like that. That was like towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Just I don't know. I've never been like the Brad Marchand ever. I wanted to feel what Brad Marchand feels out
the rat.
The little past the rat. So I was like, you know what? Let's play just Teletubby music. Their whole beat because I think they gave us every time. Oh, this is why? Because every time we went, they cut the music.
Yep.
And I like live music, but they bring in like the live guy to like, which I love it. It's cool and all, but like right at the beginning of RBP, it's like play like let them towards the end or something. But like we always have like half an hour after a BP or an hour.
Yeah.
They put them on there, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna get them back. And then they started with the whole walk-up songs for us, and I think they gave me like I don't even know. I think they gave me like Moana or something for my walk-up song.
How far I'll go, or whatever it was.
Something.
Yeah.
I'm like, watch how far this ball goes.
Well, maybe you should your home run trot should be your welcome from now on, or something from Moana. What could I say? You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to our first game at their barn, though. It's their ring ceremony, so it's going to say a lot about our group, and we got to watch them get their rings in front of us. So, I love that. We have that. I don't like saying beef or anything. Like, it's nice to have. Because off the field, we all get along. But it's nice to have that. Something little. Us and Welland. It's just
something that lights the fires and kicks the tires a little bit. Yeah, something gets the motor going. I get it.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good season. It's an exciting time in the IBL. Be an IBL fan. Exciting time to be a Baycat fan.
Yep.
Exciting time to just watch
fan.
Baseball this summer, man.
Exactly. Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your schedule. I do appreciate it, and we'll see you real soon.
Yeah. Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, man.